Hi everyone, welcome back to 9th standard maths class. In the previous video we learned about the triangle division and some questions also we finish. Okay, now let's move on to our next question. Here is your question. Question is, prove that the length of the perpendiculars from any point on the bisector of an angle to the sides are equal. Okay, here we need to prove length of perpendiculars are equal. Length of perpendicular means which length? Which perpendicular length? From any point on the bisector of an angle. That means we need an angle. Here figure is not given. Okay, in order to prove this we need a figure. Rough figure is needed, but here it is not given. That figure we have to draw. So let's draw the rough figure first with the given details. Okay. So here in this question, we have to prove the perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines from any point on the bisector of an angle. Like this. This is the order. From here we have to start. Perpendicular lines are equal to each side. Perpendicular line. So in order to perpendicular line, first of all we need any point. That any point must be where? In that bisector. Bisector of what? Angle. Okay. So these four measurements we need here. Okay, so first let's start from angle we need. After that angle we need a bisector of this angle. In 8th standard you have learned how to draw a bisector. Here no need to draw exact measurement, just a rough figure is needed here. Okay, so let's draw angle bisector. It's a rough figure. Okay, this is a bisector of this angle. And what is the speciality of bisector? Bisector divide the whole angle into two equal parts. That means this angle and this angle will be equal. Okay, let's give the name of as A. A is the corner angle, angle A. Angle A will be divided into two equal halves because we draw bisector, angle bisector. Now next what we need, any point on this bisector. We can choose any point like this. Okay, here, wherever. I choose this point. This is a point, any point in this bisector. Now if we draw a perpendicular line, this line, a perpendicular line to each side. Perpendicular means 90 degree perpendicular line. From this point, if we draw perpendicular line to this side and to this side, that two will be equal. That is we need to prove. Okay, so let's draw the perpendicular line using scale. Just draw the rough figure. So here these two are the perpendicular lines, 90 degree here, 90 degree here. So we need to prove these two are equal. Okay, so let's give the names like this as B and this as C, and this is a common point as D. Okay, so here to prove two perpendicular lines are equal. So here first perpendicular line is DB. DB equal to, next is DC. DC. DB equal to DC. This is the question. Okay, so we drawn one angle, then it's angle bisector, then we choose one point in that bisector. Now from that point we draw two perpendicular lines to each side. That two lengths are equal. That is we need to prove here. So for that you can see two triangles here. Okay, which are the two triangles here? Triangle ACD. First triangle ACD and triangle ADB. These are the two triangles, first one, second one. Okay, now let's consider the equal triangle concept that we learn in 8th standard. Equal triangle concept. For that we need to check whether any common angles or common side, like that. Okay, three concepts we already learned. Okay, we have to check any of that three concepts we can check, we can apply here or not. Okay, so for that in these two triangles you can say that these two angles are same because AD is the bisector. AD is the bisector. Therefore angle A will divide into two equal halves. That means if this is x degree, this will also be x degree. These two will be equal. So one angle same, that is angle CAD equal to angle DAB. One angle we got equal. Okay. Next, anything else we can say? Any angle? Yes, this 90-degree angles. These two 90-degree angles are equal. Okay. So, angle C equal to angle B equal to 90 degree. This is bisector reason. Okay. Bisector. Reason is bisector. Here all are perpendicular angle. Perpendicular angle. Okay, this is the reason for second angle. Now, if two angles equal means the third angle will also be equal. If two angles equal, then this third angle will also be equal. Okay, now if three angles equal means what we can say about these two triangles? We got all the three angles as equal, and one common side also here, AD. AD is a common side for both these triangles. Okay, AD equal to AD, common side. So any of the three concept we can apply here. Like, so if any two angles equal means the third angle will also be equal. Therefore, these two triangles are what? Equal triangles. Equal triangles. Now we know for equal triangles, the sides opposite to equal angles will also be equal. Sides opposite to equal angles will also be equal. That means let's consider first angle, that is x degree. This x degree's opposite side is what? CD is the opposite side. So CD will be equal to what? Here x degree is here. Okay, this x degree's opposite side is what? DB. So CD equal to DB. What is the reason? Opposite of common equal angle x degree. Opposite of equal angle x degree. This is the reason. Okay, now check what we need to prove here. We need to prove DB equal to DC. The same we got here. CD equal to DB. CD and DC both are same. So this is the proof. Hence proved. Okay, this is the answer. Next is question number 5. In the picture below, the side AC of the triangle ABC is extended to D by adding the length of the side CB. Then the line through C parallel to DB is drawn to meet AB at E. Two figures are given, and first sub question is prove that CE bisects angle C. Second one, describe how this can be used to divide an 8 cm long line in the ratio 4:5. Third sub question, can we use it to divide an 8 cm long line in the ratio 3:4? How? Let's draw the rough figure first. This is the first figure given in the question. Okay. So here in the question it is given that the side AC of triangle ABC, that means only first this portion only we are considering. The side AC of triangle ABC is extended to D by adding the length of CB here. Okay, so by choosing this length as this measurement, so here we can say that this is CB equal to CD. Okay, here AC is extending by taking this length as here. Okay, CB's measurement, the same measurement here we are using. So we can say this CB and CD are equal. And one more thing is given. From the point C, another line is joined to AB by taking as parallel of DB. Okay, to meet E at the point AB. Okay, so here DB and that this line will be parallel. So let's draw that line. So this is that parallel line CE. CE is parallel to DB. So DB parallel to CE. This is a sign of parallel. Now our first sub question is prove that CE bisect angle C. That means this parallel line bisect angle C means angle ACB. The whole angle is bisected by CE. That is we need to prove. Now to prove CE bisect angle C means what do you mean by bisect? Bisect means that angle is divided into two equal halves. That means here we need to prove angle ACE is the same as angle ECB. Okay, these two angles we need to prove that as equal. Okay, so for that, consider triangle CDB. This triangle CDB. Triangle CDB, let's consider. And we can see that this triangle CDB is an isosceles triangle. Why? We already wrote CB and CD as equal. This is CB is the same as CD. So this triangle is an isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle means not only two sides, angles will also be equal. That means these two angles are equal. Okay, let's take that angle as x degree. Okay, this is x degree and this is x degree. We don't know about the measurement, that's why we took that angle as x degree. Now we know this CB is joining these two parallel lines. Okay, CE and DB are parallel lines. So parallel line means we can apply alternate angle concept. Alternate angle concept. What is alternate angle concept? This form an Z. So Z rule. Okay, alternate angle means here we can apply that Z rule. That means angle ECB is the same as angle CBD. These two angles will be equal like this. Z rule. These two angles are equal when these two are parallel. So here CE and parallel DB, these two are parallel. So these two are alternate angles. Therefore angle ECB equal to angle CBD. So here angle CBD already we took as x degree. Therefore this angle will also be x degree. Okay, so angle CBD and angle ECB will be x degree. Okay, now we can find this angle also, angle CDB. Why? Here two angle we already have, x degree and x degree we already have. So for an isosceles triangle, these two x degree. So to find the third angle, what is the method? Third angle, how we will find the third angle of a triangle? We know sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So 180 degree means two angle x degree. So in order to get the third one, 180 minus sum of these two, that is x plus x. So 2x. 180 minus 2x. 180 minus 2x is the angle DCB. Angle DCB will be 180 minus 2x. Now consider this complete line ACD. Okay, complete line ACD. This line is divided into three angles. Okay, three angles. First is this one, that is angle DCB. Next is angle BCE. Third is angle ECA. So we know a line is divided into with one or more lines. All the angles sum will be what? 180 degree. That is linear pair. We learned that. Okay, in 7th standard we have learned this linear pair. So linear pair means sum of all the angles in that line will be 180 degree. So here in this line we have three angles. So all these three sums must be 180 degree. In these three angles we know two angles. Angle C as 180 minus 2x and this angle as x degree. So in order to get the third one, let's add all these. Okay, linear pair just apply. So sum of these three angles as 180 degree. Angle ACE plus angle ECB plus angle BCD. Total will be 180 degree. Here only this angle is the missing one. So in order to find this, let's write this angle as angle ACE itself plus angle ECB. What is angle ECB? ECB is x degree plus angle BCD. What is angle BCD? That is 180 minus 2x. Sum will be 180. When we add all this, we will get the answer as 180 degree. From this, we have to find this angle ACE. Then only we can say that these two are bisected by a line CE. Okay. So in order to get this angle, keep angle ACE here itself. So angle ACE equal to, take all these three measure into this side. So here already 180. So 180 plus x come to this side, it will be minus x. Then plus 180 come to this side, it will be minus 180. Minus 2x come to this side, it will be plus 2x. Now 180 and 180 we can cancel. Now minus x and plus 2x. So plus 2x minus x. From 2x we have to subtract 1x. So final answer will be x degree. Okay, that is angle ACE equal to x degree. This angle also we got as x degree. What do you mean by this? Both the angle as x degree. So two angles x degree means this CE is divide these two angles in equal angles. That means this CE is the bisector of angle ACB. That is we need to prove here. Okay, so we proved that CE bisect angle ACB. Okay, this is the first sub question answer. Second sub question is, describe how this can be used to divide an 8 cm long line in the ratio 4:5. We need to divide an 8 cm line using this measurement. Not measurement, using this step. So let's check how. Previous section we have learned that the bisector of an angle will divide the base in the same ratio of the sides of the angle. That means this is the bisector. This bisector divide this base AB into two parts. This is the first part, this is the second part. These two parts ratio and the sides of this angle's ratio will be same. That already we learned in previous section. So we can apply this concept here. We have to divide an 8 cm long line in the ratio 4:5 using the method we explained in the first sub question. So for that, first of all draw a line AB 8 cm. Okay, draw a line AB 8 cm. Then from the point A and from the point B, measure 4 cm and 5 cm in order to get a triangle. Let's draw that first. So first draw like this, 8 cm AB. Now from the A point measure 4 cm, then from B point measure 5 cm. So we will get one triangle like this. After that, in the previous question, we have extend this CB towards here. Okay, AC is extended with the same measurement as CB. That means from C we need to extend 5 cm like this. Okay, so this CD, let's mark this point as D. So CD 5 cm and CB also 5 cm. Next is join D and B like this. After that, we need a parallel line from the point C to AB parallel to DB. That point will be the E point. Then only we can say that 8 cm is divided into 4 and 5 cm. Okay, so in order to draw the parallel line, take your set square and keep it like this. Take the set square and keep it like this. Then keep the scale here like this. Okay, then move the set square. Move the set square up to the point C like this. Okay, now set square at the point C. Now join this line. Okay, now remove the scale and set square. This point is the E point. Okay, this is the E point. Now this AE and EB will be in the ratio 4:5. Okay, the ratio will be 4:5. So this is the method. Similarly, try to do the third sub question. Okay. Next is question number 6. In the figure, the diagonals of a quadrilateral split into 4 triangles. The areas of 3 of them are shown in the picture. Calculate the area of the whole quadrilateral. In order to find the area of whole quadrilateral, one more area of triangle we need to find. Okay, only 3 triangles area is given, 1 triangle's area is missing there, that we need to find. So first of all, let's draw the rough figure. This is a rough figure. Quadrilateral A, B, C, D. And the line, all the lines are meeting at the point E. E is a common point. Here we have to find this portion's area. That is triangle AEB's area we need to find. Now for that, we know one concept. What is that concept? Triangle division 1 concept we learn. No. That concept here we are going to apply. Concept is, in a triangle, if a line is drawn from the upper vertex to the base, that means here DE is the line. this line DE divides the base AC. Here we need to consider the triangle ADC. Okay, consider triangle ADC. In this triangle ADC, DE, okay, DE cut the base AC. DE cuts base. Now, when we draw a line like this, what will happen? We learn that that line will divide the base in the same ratio as that of the area of that two parts. That means after drawing this DE, that large triangle is divided into two parts. Okay, areas are given as 60 and 30. That means here we need to find the ratio. 60 and 30 means 60 is to 30 we need to write. That same ratio will be for the base also. Here base is divided into A, E and E, C. Let's write like this. Okay, that we can write like this. Okay, since DE cuts the base into AE and EC. AE and EC, these two are the parts of base. If it is so, the base ratio means AE is to EC. That will be equal to ratio of their areas. Ratio of area means first triangle ADE. Therefore, area of triangle ADE is to second triangle DEC. So, area of triangle DEC. These two ratio will be equal. Now, AE and EC ratio we don't know. So, just write AE is to EC. That will be equal to area of triangle ADE. What is the area of triangle ADE? That already given. So, that we can write as 60 is to area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle DEC is 30 here. So, 60 is to 30. Okay, so base ratio will be equal to 60 is to 30. This we have to simplify. Then only we can apply. So 0 and 0 we can cancel. So 6 is to 3. Again we can simplify this. 6 and 3 are multiples of 3. So divided by 3 we can do. So 6 by 3 answer is 2 is to 3 by 3 will be 1. So simplified form of 60 is to 30 is 2 is to 1. This is the ratio of AE is to EC. Okay, that means this ratio will be 2 is to 1 like this. Okay, 2 is to 1. Now, the same rule we are going to apply in the next triangle. Triangle ACB, down part. Okay. So, here we are considering triangle ABC. Okay, AC is the base and B is the upper vertex. Okay, we are considering AC as the base and B as the upper vertex because this line is from this B point. That's why we are considering like this. Okay, so this line BE cuts AC, this base into AE and EC, same like the previous case. So, if it is so, what will happen? This ratio, base ratio and these two triangles areas ratio will be equal. That is AE is to EC will be same as these two triangles area ratio. That we can write like this. Okay, area of triangle AB is to area of triangle BEC. That is equal to AE is to EC. Now here area of triangle ABE we don't know. That is we need to find here. Okay, so just we can write as it is. Next is area of triangle BEC. That we know. BEC that is given in the question. That is 40 is to AE is to EC. In the previous part we proved that AE is to EC is 2 is to 1. That we can write here. 2 is to 1. Okay. Now here first part equal to 40 and this is equal to 2 is to 1. This we can write in the fraction form. This we learn in the 8th standard. Okay, ratio. So here rule is if A is to B equal to C is to D. If it is so, we can write A is to B as A by B equal to C is to D. We can write as C by D. Okay, so same like this. Here we can write triangle of ABE that we don't know. So triangle of ABE divided by 40. Okay, this is to 40. So divided by 40 equal to 2 is to 1 means it is 2 by 1. Okay, now in this we need to find triangle of ABE, area of triangle ABE we need to find here. So in order to find this, keep triangle ABE here and take this 4T to this side. So this implies triangle AB is area, that is equal to 2 by 1 is same 2 itself. 2 by 1 is same 2. Here divided by 40. Divided by 40 come to this side. Division come to, after equal sign it will be opposite of division is into. So 2 into 40. Okay, so 2 into 40, answer is 80. 80 centimeters square is the area of triangle ABE. So here ABE will be 80 centimeter square. Now in order to find area of this quadrilateral, just add all these areas, 60 plus 30, then 80 plus 40. The total area will be 60 plus 30 plus 80 plus 40, that is 210 centimeters square. So area of this quadrilateral ABCD is 210 centimeters square. This is the answer. Next is question number 7. In this picture, the horizontal lines at the top and bottom are parallel. Prove that the yellow and red triangles are of the same area. Two triangles have marked. We need to prove these two are equal in area. So first let's draw the rough figure. In order to draw the rough figure, first draw like this. One parallel line first. This is the first parallel line. Now leave some space and draw next parallel line and draw two lines like this. After that, join these 2 points, then these 2 points. Next join like this. Okay, A, D, C, then we will get one common point as E. Now here consider triangle CDA. Okay, consider triangle ACD and triangle BCD. These two triangles. Here in these two triangles, CD is the base. Okay, CD is common, that means CD is the base. As it is in the upper side, no need to worry about that. Just consider CD as the base. Now these two triangles upper vertex as A and B. Now we learn one concept in the first section, that if two triangles have same base and upper vertex on a line parallel to the base. Here in the question itself it is given that CD is parallel to AB. Okay, CD parallel to AB is already given. So we can apply that concept. CD and AB parallel and CD is the base. Upper vertex A and B are on the parallel line parallel to base. Then these two triangles will have equal area. They are in equal area. Now in these two triangles, which part is the common part? For these two triangles, CEA and BED are different. That means these two portions are different and this portion is common, isn't it? This is a common portion for these two triangles. So from these two triangles area, if we subtract this portion, okay, if we subtract this portion, the remaining portion will be these two. So these two will be in equal area because common portion CED is the common part. So when we avoid that common part from these two triangles, the remaining portion will also be equal. So here this red portion and this yellow portion, like that given in your textbook. So here these two portions will be equal. This is the answer. Next is question number 8. In the figure, the diagonals of a trapezium split it into 4 triangles. The area of the yellow triangle is 10 square centimeter and the area of the green triangle is 20 square centimeter. What is the area of the whole trapezium? So this trapezium is divided into 4 triangles by drawing the diagonal. We need to find 2 more areas, then only we can find the total area of this trapezium. Okay, so let's draw the figure first. This is the rough figure. So in the question it is given that this quadrilateral is a trapezium. Trapezium, here two opposite sides are parallel. One pair of opposite sides are parallel. That means here it is given AB is parallel to DC. AB and DC are parallel. Now only two triangles area is given. We need to find these two triangles area. Then only we can find the sum of area of this trapezium. Okay. So in order to find that, first consider triangle ABD and triangle ABC. Okay, these two triangles, just consider triangle ABD, this one, then ACB. Here AB is the common base. For these two triangles, AB is the common base, and D and C upper vertices are on a line parallel to AB. That means these two triangles will have same area. These two triangles will have same area. Now what is the area of triangle ABD? This triangle ABD is divided into two parts. One part is 10 centimeter, second part is 20 centimeter. So area of triangle ABD is total 30 centimeter square. Total is 30. So triangle ABC is also what? 30 must be here. Okay, triangle ABC also 30 centimeter square. But in triangle ABC, only one portion is given, that is 20. So in order to get the complete area as 30, what will be this one? This will be 10. Then only we will get it as 30. Okay. So triangle ECB portion will be what? 10 centimeter square. Okay, so first portion we got. Now we need to find this portion. For this, it is not possible to consider this concept, because this portion is common for these two triangles, like the previous case. If we consider triangle DCA and DCB, in both these triangles this portion is missing, so that concept is not possible here. Here we need to apply the another concept, that means a line divide the base into equal ratio concept. Now that we need to apply here. So in order to find the last portion, we have to consider triangle DCB, that is DCB. This portion we need to consider. Now in this triangle DCB, the line CE, you can see the figure, CE cuts DB into DE portion and EB portion. Okay, their ratio will be same as their areas ratio. So here DE is to EB will be equal to what? Area of triangle DCE is to area of triangle ECB. Okay, so DE is to EB will be what? DE and EB, these two ratio. That means these two areas ratio will be DE and EB. So here 10 and 2. That means 10 is to 20. Okay, DE is to EB will be ratio of the areas. So here 10 is to 20 equal to area of triangle DCE, that we don't know, let's take it as X, capital letter X, is to area of triangle ECB, that we know. ECB area is 10 here. Now in order to find this X, keep X here. Before that, apply the fraction rule. For ratio, in the previous problem we learned that we can write this as a fraction. So here before that, cut these zeros. So it will be 1 by 2. 1 is to 2 means 1 by 2 equal to X by 10. Okay, here nothing to cancel, that's why we need to write it as 10 itself. So X by 10. Now in order to find this X, keep X here and take this divided by 2 to this side. So this will imply X equal to X here. 10 to here means here it is division. Division come to this side, it will be in the numerator, that means in multiplication. So 10 by 2 will be. So 10 by 2 is 5 centimeter square. So X will be 5 centimeter means area of triangle DCE is 5 centimeter. That means this will be 5 centimeter square. Okay. Now in order to find the area of this trapezium, just add all this. 10 plus 10 20, 20 plus 20 40, 40 plus 5, 45 centimeter square will be area of this trapezium. Okay. Keep the understand these steps properly, otherwise you won't get the idea. Okay. 10 1 is to 2. 1 is to 2 means it is 1 by 2. Now here just change the position. Okay, 1 by 2 is to X by 10 and X by 10 is to 1 by 2, both are correct. Okay, in order to avoid one more step, I just write like this. Okay, hope you understand. Similarly, you can do the next problem. Last problem, the same way you can apply and try to do that. Hope you understand. Okay, chapter over, learn properly. Okay, thank you. See you in the next video with a new chapter.